We're rolling.
Yes, it worked. Who needs Jack?
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Nerdbuzzed.
Nerdbuzzed doesn't condone the consumption of alcohol by any persons under the age of 21. Please drink responsibly.
Welcome to Nerdbuzzed, the podcast where we talk about all the nerdy stuff that we care about and drink a cool frosty brew while we're doing it. I'm your host, Mark Ellinger. With me as always,
Jeremiah Johnson.
And, well, pretty much with me as always also. I think more than Jeremiah. Yeah,
we're inseparable.
My old man. Introduce yourself.
Mark Ellinger. Or
Good mead, by the way.
some people call me Old Man. My son calls me Bosshole. Whatever.
That's totally true. I call it Bosshole. I should give credit to Daniel for coming up with that on the job when we used to paint houses, but I like to use the crap out of that one. Bosshole's great. Call your boss that. You probably will get a raise.
I actually I take it as a compliment.
Raise or a rise.
See, that's exactly how everybody's boss should take it, right? Personal insults are always better. So we just got back from watching Deadpool 2, and he's behind us painting like 3 or 4 pictures of Jack.
Yeah, it looks like 4, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how he's a big fan of Jack, apparently.
Yeah.
But before we get into Deadpool 2, as we always got to start out,
With the beer.
please.
So we are
Because
drinking...
2 of us are dying to try it.
I know. Especially because I've been eating these awesome chips.
We are drinking Hand Cannon IPA from Iron Horse Brewing, 6.8%, and it is a mega blast of hops, or something, or so the can says anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah, it says right here.
Oh, and it's Iron Horse. You probably
Yeah.
just said that, and I didn't hear it
Yes,
at all.
I said that because we had the finger gun, now it's the hand cannon.
Nice. And they do the death.
Yes.
Irish death.
They do the Irish death, yes.
Which is
Coker's
like
Irish death.
morning death if you drink too much Irish death. That's what that is.
Yeah, it's instant death.
Yeah, it's no fun in the morning. What do we think of it? Smell it first. Smell it.
Yes.
Smells very hoppy.
It's very hoppy smelling. It's,
Yeah, I think I smell a little something else in there too.
Something other than just hoppy.
Yeah.
it's what they're related to. That's why.
Oh. Well, okay.
What says that on the can?
That what?
There's something extra or something. What does it say?
Oh, he wasn't.
Or something. There's or something in there.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
A healthy dose of something.
Yep.
Nothing more reliable.
Oh, well.
Yep. I guess we're gonna drink now.
Oh,
so it's
That's the whole point, wasn't it?
yeah. Let's just do it. To all. So
right.
there's the cheers. Don't please come on. You messed up enough as far as the drinking goes. Don't mess this part up. So we're gonna start it out, right? You see it on the right there. Can you read it from here?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man.
It couldn't be any smaller.
I think that you might be Cable's stunt double because you're both so old. That was another jab.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
To all the nerds.
Through all the fuzz.
Bottoms
Bottoms
up.
up.
Bottoms up.
Let's
Let's
get
get
Nerdbuzzed.
Nerdbuzzed.
Oh my god. I think we already are.
I thought you said you listen to this in the shop sometimes.
Yeah, listening. I haven't taken part.
Well, we've got, 201 episodes now?
Something like that. Yeah. We're going back in time. It's very appropriate for Deadpool because I think this is 122, 23.
It's 123, yes.
Okay,
It
nice.
was pretty good, though.
It's
It is.
surprisingly not overwhelmingly hoppy when you drink it.
No, but it's got a really, really heavy malt hit. Like almost sweet, really sweet.
Probably
Yeah.
why I like it.
Yeah, you do
I
like a
like
sweet
malt.
beer. Like you like a sweet beer, but you also like a sweet beer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy bodied, kind of sweet, but those hops really are tart. Not overly bitter though.
No, it's not abrasive.
No, and
A little bit of earthy in there.
there's quite a bit of earthy in there.
Yeah,
Little
that's
bit
on
of
the aftertaste.
little bit of mow your lawn.
Yeah.
I'm getting a hint of lawn clippings.
I would
compost.
actually.
Some, no.
Yeah, right. That's the something or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like that it's a
Something
mega
else.
blast of hops or something. We put something in it. We thought it was labeled hops. We're not sure what it was, but it's in there. I actually think
grown
for
in Washington.
Yeah, for as sweet as it tastes, it could be more potent.
It could be.
Yeah.
But I think they were doing that to try and balance the hops more than anything.
It's gonna give us really disgusting breath when we're done. I can tell you that.
It's all right. I think I had that before I got here.
Nice, you are a step ahead of the game. So, before we dive into Deadpool, right?
Yeah.
Because we like to promote our favorite podcast, which is our own. It's clearly my dad's because he listens to it all the time, which is super obvious.
Yep.
Got that cheers memorized. But so please go to our YouTube channel. If you're not watching this and only listening, go to the YouTube. If not, you can go to the audio on Podbean. Subscribe there too. But please follow us. Like, share, tell your friends. Comment on any video that you like. It really, really helps us fuel the nerd fire. We love to hear from our fellow nerds out there.
Yes, we do.
So do all that nerdy stuff and drink a beer while you're doing it.
Please.
So let's dive into Deadpool. Do we want to, first off, do we want to do our typical don't spoil the movie right away?
Sure.
Okay. So don't give away a spoiler. Okay? Don't, tell people what happened in the movie yet. And just tell them what you thought of the movie. Can you do that without spoiling it?
Yeah.
Okay, don't spoil it. We're gonna
Are you
spoil
waiting
it.
for me?
Yeah.
I'm
You're
up
the
first.
guest. Yep.
Oh, cool.
We try to be somewhat courteous.
Yeah, well, I thought that it was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. I had tears because it was so funny. And I would have to watch it again so that I could,
Oh, it was.
get all that. There's so many jokes.
Every
and
second
things
there's
in
at least
there.
3
Oh,
jokes.
yeah. It was crazy. It was fun. It was hilarious. I don't want to give anything away.
You're right. I don't want to. I'm not going too far. I
No.
totally agree. It was super funny. I think it was a really good follow up to the first one.
Yes.
It's very much a Deadpool movie. There are other, from the trailers and everything, you know that there's X-Force in it,
Yes.
right? And that there's going to be those characters in there. And it's a very good, crossover movie. It's like all these characters that were guests in a Deadpool comic, right?
So
It was a
there
crossover.
really was an X-Force?
Yes.
Yeah. And it has those, some of those characters in it. Yeah.
I thought that was just part of the whole joke for them.
No, there really is one. Ryan Reynolds really wants to make an X-Force movie, so I think let's just say he kind of basically did it here.
Yeah.
Right? This is like an X-Force Origins movie. I don't think that's spoiling
So all
too
the
much.
people,
No, people know
all the
those
people
things.
that were in the end of the movie is the X-Force people, or is there more than that?
I think as far as movie superhero teams go, yes, I would say that.
Yeah.
Because
that
they're
would be
kind
it.
of, especially with X-Men or mutants, they're never the exact ones from the comic books.
I know, but if they came out with another movie and they
And it was
Deadpool,
X-Force? Yeah.
would it be all those
I think so,
people
yeah.
would be-
I think plus more. You'd probably get more in there.
They'd recruit some other people with
I'm
with
sure.
a weird ad or something.
Yeah, right, yeah.
That was hilarious.
So I give it a lot of props for a solid crossover movie. It did that really, really well. I think the first Deadpool kind of did that, but this one even more so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, it's crossover. I like the part where they. I don't know. Are we spoiling anything yet?
No. First off, just
Damn it.
tell people what you like. I mean, clearly, I really liked it. I would also.
Yeah.
My statement is I always laugh really like a schoolgirl, and
Yes.
ideally, if I cry, that's the best part, right? Because I laugh so hard. Totally did that in this movie.
I did that as well. I had my cheeks were stained by the end of the movie.
Yeah.
From laughing so hard through so much of it. There was a few touching moments as well, but it was
There was
mostly just
there
laugh.
was one really touching moment. I
Yes,
thought, yeah.
there was.
Yeah.
And
Not
that-
inappropriately either.
No,
But there were lots of those too. There were a lot of inappropriate touching moments.
Right.
Yeah.
There should have been. You would have think there would have been tears in those touching moments, but no, it was just laughter.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh my god, on set as well.
Yeah.
No, go see it. It's great. I really enjoyed it.
Did it live up to your expectations?
Mostly, I think I had a little bit higher expectations than what we got, but it delivered in other ways.
Oh, so it surprised you.
Yes, it did surprise me.
That's good. I like it when a movie does that, when you're pleasantly surprised.
Yes.
Yeah. So we might dive into a little spoiler territory. We all loved it. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Our cheeks hurt. We cried. It was so funny. I would totally go see this again. Instantly going to buy it when it comes out on Blu-ray. Go see it. Go see it. If you're a Deadpool fan, it's right up your alley.
Yo,
If you're a Cable fan, I think it's up your alley. If you're the X-Force fan, this is right up your alley. It's done really, really well.
I think you have to go see it more than once just to get all the jokes in it. There's so much humor in there. There's no way you can just take it all in.
Yeah, I would totally agree.
You'd have to see it again just to figure a lot of it out, at least for me.
Yeah.
But I'm old.
Well, I didn't get it all, and I was watching for stuff, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were so many great... I guess we might dive in a little bit of spoiler stuff, but there were so many great... The things that it touched on and definitely made sure to have in it, I thought it was done so well. It's like it slapped everything in the face, but like totally honored it at the same time.
Except for its R rating.
What do you mean?
I think they were just putting stuff in there just for the gratuitous purpose of the R rating.
Oh, yeah.
And
for sure. More so than the first one?
Oh, far more so than the
You
first
think?
one.
Like,
Yeah.
what about the holidays sex scenes in the first one? That was pretty bad. The first one has some pretty raunchy bad stuff.
Yes, it does. But I mean, just the use of vulgarity just because they can.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the blatant, just say it, give me one. And then after that, once he does it, how many times did he do it after that?
Yeah, he did it a few times.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
I think, as far as like the X-Men
Liberating,
reviews, though,
isn't it?
Yeah. So you used to watch X-Men cartoon with me. I think it was me and Lucas that were more into it than Bree. But do you remember the X-Men jet in that at all? That would come out of like basketball court. I think it was basketball court, right? It would like open up and the jet would come out.
Yeah, it was
Something like
basketball
that, yeah.
tennis or something
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like that. But it was totally that like classic Blackbird, right? The jet in this movie is the classic Blackbird. It's so cool, and like that's what I mean as far as it's like. There's so many things in this movie when they throw the cameo in that are so honoring to like the true fan of that original, right? Like they really did it really, really well to where there's nothing has really been changed. Like this is ripped right again from these comic book pages in the classic way that you would want it to be. And then we're just totally going to mock it and make fun of it the whole rest of the movie. But enjoy that 2 seconds when it's introduced and like reinvigorates a nostalgia, right? And then they ruin it.
I still thought the as far as ruining it, I was kind of pissed they showed the X-Men in the room.
I was kind of glad they did that. Again, that's like the slap in your face again.
Oh, I know, but it was just like, God, really? Like part of the whole thing is the fact that you never see them and they just keep it hanging there.
Yeah, I'd heard that scene is actually a scene that was filmed from the Dark Phoenix. Like that's going to be a scene that's in the Dark Phoenix movie.
Oh, just closing the door like that?
Yeah, I guess. Like, or at least that's when all that happened, right? So how much that'll actually cross over into this movie? But there's so many other things that he pulls from, like even in the some of the credits when he's already made fun of being Green Lantern, right? And like the first time he was Deadpool, and like all these, he comments on Thanos and the DC universe, and like he's so aware of all these other superhero movies.
Well, that's not even a spoiler. The whole. It's so dark.
Yeah.
DC.
And I love that he actually called him Thanos.
Yeah.
In the movie, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I guess that was one big question I had when we from this was: do you like Josh Brolin better as Thanos or as Cable?
Oh,
they're so close to each other.
But they're played so incredibly.
I mean,
different.
as far as release, they're so close to each other. Like we got to see him as two major superhero characters. Like one after another.
Yeah, within a couple weeks.
Yeah, like it's hard to forget that he's Thanos.
Yeah.
Although they don't really look anything alike.
No, they don't look anything alike. They're not played anything alike. He did a great job of completely differentiating the characters.
I would totally agree. I wanted to give him a big nod for actually portraying two totally different characters. They're both like crass and stern. Like they have some similar qualities, but it's completely him playing a different character. I was really, really pleased with that.
Yeah.
I think in Infinity War, Thanos gets more, definitely more screen time, and it's more about him than Deadpool is about Cable. You think?
He's got a lot of screen time.
He does get some good screen time. It didn't seem as Cable character developing as Infinity War was Thanos character developing.
No. Cable was kind of established early in this movie. That's what he is, and that's just what he was from the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it wasn't developing him or seeing him change, or well, I guess you do see a little bit of a change, but not much.
Yeah.
I guess the biggest change is the teddy bear.
Throughout the movie, even by the end. Yeah. So, do you think Deadpool will be in the X-Force movie? I wondered that after this.
Oh, of course.
He has to be in it, right? At least for the cameo. And I really really want Deadpool to be in a movie that isn't an R-rated superhero movie.
Yeah, I know.
And I want it to be super censored.
Yeah.
And not be able, like in the show The Good Place. Have you seen that? Where the chick dies, right?
Yeah,
She's
right,
not,
right.
But she can't curse.
Ted
It comes out. She's always like, "What the fork?" Right? And she can't swear. I would love for that to happen to Deadpool and be in another Marvel movie. And I hope that movie's X-Force. Cable will be back. He'll be the leader. I think I had heard he's supposed to be in 3 more movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's going to be a Cable trilogy. Not necessarily that it's all around him, but that he will appear again. And Thanos is not that way. He's confirmed Thanos is over after Infinity War.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that. I was worried that they were not going to do another Deadpool thing after this, though. During the movie.
What do you mean?
Like, when he first, at the end there, after he... Spoilers? After he died, how many times?
Oh, you thought that he was just going to be dead?
I was worried about it maybe for a minute there.
Definitely.
I was going, what?
I love that everybody was so worried about it, but he fooled us how many times?
I know.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, that was ridiculous. That was funny.
Yeah, but still in that moment, you're still like, but is he really going to die? What if he really dies at the end?
That's the thing. It's like they kept doing that, and it's like, okay, it's not serious, but they're dragging this out so long, and maybe they are.
Yeah, right? They're really milking this. But they did that with the whole movie.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I think this movie was amped up a little bit more than the first one was.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely for sure.
A lot. I thought a lot.
Yeah.
This one is way more, almost like superficial, and the first one has more substance to it. But again, the first one is an origin movie.
Yeah.
Right? It has all that, deep, impactful, this is why I'm going to be a hero and not be just a mercenary assassin, and, I have good parts of me. It's like the whole moral dilemma, be a hero, with great power comes the whole classic thing. Typical origin movie. This one, not that way so much. That's why I think it was more of almost an X-Force origin movie.
Yeah.
They hinted at it.
Well, no, they built the X-Force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the times.
Yeah, I can see that.
All the times when his head was flying through the air or something was happening, and you just hear him go, X-Force!
Yeah.
As he flew through, that was so good. X-Force! As I'm dying again. Stay hard.
It's just him and Domino, though.
Yeah, right? By the end, she was awesome.
She was.
I thought they did her really well, because even in the trailers when they said, they showed him interview her in the trailer, and she's like, oh, my power is luck. And he's like, that's not a power.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, and even in the trailers, he's like, it's not cinematic and whatever, all this and that. How do you show that power? And I kind of thought that going into it. It's I'm curious to see how they do Domino. So good. I really enjoyed her in the movie.
Yeah, she was great. Yeah.
Wow. Somebody liked her.
I thought she was great. I was into it. But, of course, I've already said, I like the lady heroes that can beat me up.
Yeah.
Something about that.
She definitely was lucky.
Yes. Very lucky.
Yeah, Lady Luck, drive the bus.
It's pretty good. So now you have to go see the first one again.
Can't I just watch it, rent it?
Yeah, well, I meant just you can borrow it from me because I have it.
Oh, there you go.
Or,
Yeah, no, I should watch the first one again. Yeah. I agree.
Did it inspire you to watch the first one again?
Only because of what I asked you during the movie, and you said, "Oh, that totally refers to the first one. You need to watch it again." And I was like, Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So what was that? What was...
The question?
Yeah.
He asked me how... So, he asked me what his power was, basically.
Oh.
He's like, so he can't die? Is
I know.
basically
Yeah,
his power.
yeah. I was like, well, why can't he die? I mean, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all those things... We won't spoil Deadpool 1 at all. But all those things are in Deadpool 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I said, you said he's kind of like Wolverine, and I said, he heals himself, and I was like, well, okay, but I don't remember how that all happens. How he does it.
Oh yeah, they definitely covered that.
It's not like he has the metal in his body or anything.
No, but to be fair, that's not Wolverine's mutant ability, is the metal.
That's
The metal
just what he
doesn't
did
give
then.
him... All the metal does is make him stronger. Or, I guess, right?
More,
It makes his bones less brittle, and
Yeah.
that's about it. Yeah.
more
Because when he
indestructible.
when he loses the metal, I think Wolverine in the comics, he's actually like more badass. Like he's way quicker and just like he's not as sluggish and isn't weighed down by all this metal, and his body isn't fighting metal inside
Bones
him.
come out of his hand instead of his.
Yeah, they
they
totally
do.
do. Yeah, he
And
has
he's
bone
like,
claws.
Oh no, I remember that.
Yeah. Bones come out and then they
From
get
one of
broken
the-
off all the time. And
Yeah.
Yeah, he just grows new ones.
yeah, but he's like, the first time it happens, it's like agonizing pain when he discovers he still actually has them, because he thought they were just pure metal to begin with.
Yeah.
And like they get broken off, and that's even more agonizing pain for him. He's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
Yeah,
kind of a big
I
deal.
should watch the first one again.
I'll let you borrow it.
Okay.
I'll watch it with you.
Okay.
Okay. I would love to watch the first one again. I would love to watch this one again.
Oh yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
watch.
so
I think you gotta watch it more than once.
I got invited to see it next weekend, so I think I'm gonna do that.
And Infinity War?
I got invited to see them both next weekend. Yes,
Should we-
not back to back, but
Who's your favorite character in Deadpool 2? Not that you have a crush on, because I got a crush on Domino. Who else?
favorite character in Deadpool 2.
It's that good.
There's quite a few.
Okay, well, I'll narrow it down. Deadpool or Cable?
Of those two, I'm gonna have to go Cable.
Cable? He really sold you on the Cable.
He really did. I liked him. I liked him a lot.
Deadpool or Cable?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with Deadpool. It was hilarious.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just one thing after another.
He is.
I'm actually really looking forward to seeing Deadpool and Cable in the next movie together, because like we got Colossus again, and Deadpool did get to sway him over to the dark side a little bit in this one, but they were so polar opposites, and Cable is that like nice right in between the two of them. It's not going to put up with any crap that Deadpool offers, right?
Yeah.
He totally stabbed him right in the dingus when he tried to give him a hug. That was awesome. I thought that was hilarious. It was one of my favorite scenes in the movie. You just stabbed my junk. Yeah.
Only
You
because
got
he
a
took
knife
it too
in
far.
Yeah, right? But the
that's
whole
what-
movie was that way.
I know, but that's what Deadpool does.
Yeah. There was nobody in this. The first time we saw it, one of my favorite Deadpool 1 stories is that the girlfriend got pissed at her boyfriend in the movie theater and stood up and caused a scene and then ran out of the theater, and he chased her.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. That never happened in this one.
I heard a few people leave though.
Did they, or did they just... I was assuming they went pee or got a snack.
Oh, maybe
Did
they-
you hear them come back?
The only people I heard that came back were the people who were sitting down in front of us.
Oh, maybe they did. Maybe it did happen again. Yes! I'm hoping. I'm just going to say it did.
Yeah, because I heard that door open and close a couple of times, but it was a couple times before. Yeah, it may have been coming and going. Maybe, I don't know. But it was during a really pretty raunchy
I didn't
part of
notice anything, man. I was just. So,
It was a pretty.
I
Well, I
was
say
just zoned
it was
into the movie.
Trying to catch every joke
I was. Yeah.
that was being thrown at you.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
You want to know who my favorite person in the whole movie was?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Peter.
Deadpool or Cable.
Oh,
Come on.
Deadpool or Cable?
You gave us that stipulation, so there you go.
I'm going to say, man, it's a tough call. It is a tough call because they were both so good. I'm going to say Deadpool because I do think he did own it as
Who was Peter?
as his own movie. Peter, right? You don't remember Peter? He was the guy that just showed up. Remember? In the interview?
yeah.
Had no superpowers
The normal
whatsoever. Yeah, just the normal guy.
I just saw the ad looked like fun.
Yeah, but he even turned in the picture that was not him at all.
I know.
Right?
I think
Yeah.
I'm getting catfished here.
This is not your headshot.
Oh, that was funny.
He was awesome.
Yeah.
I liked him. So do you think, because X-Force comes in, they're great, and I just start to think they're really cool, and I actually was really looking forward to seeing Shatterstar, like, do some cool Juggernaut fighting with his sword. Nope. Green goo. Like, instantly. Helicopter props, green goo, and it kind of, like, shattered my Shatterstar dreams. It did. And then, but he went back and fixed everybody, but they never showed that.
No, the only one that they showed was from the X-Force was Peter.
Yeah, that was it, huh?
Yeah.
Everybody didn't know nobody else.
They didn't show anybody else. But then cut straight to the fixing the rest of the timeline.
Yeah, which was awesome.
Yes.
That was funny.
The whole thing, right? Like it really did not ever stop. I have to go see it again too.
The Green Lantern part though was awesome
too. Yes.
Hey, this is a great thing.
Yeah. You've hit the big leagues. Right? I think that's what he said. The bullet hole.
Yeah.
That was super good. I went, Kristen has seen so many superhero movies with me, right? And her opinion of which ones are garbage is like way more than me. She has a much bigger Walmart $5 bin of superhero movies. I would throw a few of them in there. And I never thought actually that Green Lantern was going to be one of them, but I watched it on TV and I had to change the channel. Like it is that bad.
Is it?
I think it's worse than Hulk, worse than like Thor, the Dark Crystal or whatever that is. And then maybe even BVS. Like I might watch that.
Really?
I don't know.
Wow.
Maybe if BVS wasn't so long. Maybe that's the saving grace of Green Lantern, that it's shorter.
I never saw Green Lantern.
You didn't see it? It's terrible. It's so bad. I have
Green
not.
Lantern,
I have
never-
not.
I don't think I ever saw Green Hornet either.
Green
Hornet.
Hornet's awesome.
That's
the Kato?
yeah, but the TV show, like with Bruce Lee.
Yeah, that's the one that I'm thinking.
Yeah, not the movie with
No, I was thinking the movie.
Seth Green.
Oh, I haven't seen the movie.
No, not Seth Green. Rogen. Seth Rogen.
Yeah, I have not seen the movie.
He plays the Green Hornet. It's not good.
Oh.
It's bad. It's like not another teen
I
movie
think it's
that's a
supposed to be
superhero
bad.
movie. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But not like in the way that Deadpool 2 was awesomely
who-
bad.
so
It's
who's-
just a bad movie bad.
Who's Kato?
I don't know.
Because that could make it.
I don't know. It's not. No, it won't make it.
No?
No. Who would it be that would make it for you? Jet Li?
No. I think Jackie Chan would make it better.
He would have fit the theme of the movie, but he's too old.
Well,
He
yeah.
could have been Kato's dad,
Jeez, Holly.
but he's not. That
Yeah,
would have been
yeah.
awesome. Maybe he is, and somebody out there's like, I love the Green Hornet. You suck. He is his dad, but I don't think so. He so is his dad. Kato the Karate Kid 3. Because Jackie Chan was the mentor in the new
Yeah, I
Karate
know.
Kid with Will Smith's son.
I saw that.
Did you see that?
I did.
It was bad. Take your jacket off. Put your jacket on.
Yeah.
That's what he does for, like, instead of waxing a car. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Deadpool. Because it's our big show
Mm-hmm.
about Deadpool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Don't forget about that. There was a super shocker that I'm going to spoil it. If I kind of wish maybe I didn't know ahead of time, and maybe I wouldn't have told you guys, because it was kind of a nice little treat.
It was.
I
I don't think knowing it ahead of time really spoiled it, though, the way they brought it in. Other than the fact that the build-up to it was...
Would you have assumed that's who it was? Do you know what we're talking about?
I would have after...
It's coming.
As soon as I heard they did that... Wham, wham! You know, it's like, oh, okay.
That's who. As soon as they said the high security, whoever person, wherever, I instantly was like, oh, that's when he's going to make his appearance.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying as far as if I didn't know that beforehand,
Yeah.
that's who it was going to be.
Oh, you think that would have been the moment?
I think that would have been the moment.
So I think actually in that scene, if I remember, am I remembering correctly in the X-Men movies, that there is totally a scene like that, where they're in a vehicle going down the road and like all held in their cages in this transport, right? Does that sound right?
No, because the dun 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 bam bam was when he was after he left the cafeteria. They haven't been transported yet.
No, I mean in the X-Men movie. And whatever the X-Men movie
gotcha.
was, the one that had The Last Stand, right? Isn't that the one where she goes Phoenix Dark and like Wolverine has to kill her, but his skin's like shredding off?
I can't remember.
Has Juggernaut in it, running through the walls. Remember, that's how you knew him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's Last Stand. But I think there's like a vehicle where like Magneto gets them back to. It's been so long since I've seen that one.
Yeah, I think that's about the one I gave up on.
I just now put together that I think that's a very similar scene with the transport truck and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you feel how they did about Juggernaut?
Oh, I think they did him pretty dang good.
Yeah.
I think they could have had him go a little bit more berserk, though.
Yeah, he was very much a cameo.
Yeah.
He didn't get the full like rage mode that you would think he would.
That's what I was hoping they were going to do, especially when they had the CGI fight.
Yeah, which he totally announced, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things like that in the movie, though.
Well, that's the fourth wall breaking.
He's
So
saying all kinds of things like that.
I will say he does need to eat more chimichangas. Like, he needs to eat chimichangas. He's never eaten one in the movies yet. Do you think it's because Ryan Reynolds doesn't like chimichangas?
I have no idea.
He's like, I love Deadpool, but I'm not eating a goddamn chimichanga.
Wait, is there references to chimichangas?
Yeah,
Yeah, in the comic books, he's always eating chimichangas, and he's like all about a chimichanga. But I'm assuming that maybe it's because Ryan Reynolds doesn't like them, and he refuses to eat them. It's like the guy who played Bugs Bunny, right? The only way they could get that real, like, what's up, Doc sound of it was that he had to actually bite a carrot. But the guy who did that voice hated carrots. So he'd always do that and then spit the carrots on something. He would never actually eat the carrot. He'd just bite into it. Did you know that?
I did not know
I did
that.
not know that.
Yeah. That's a little extra history and nerdum for you guys.
Wow.
Yeah, you're welcome for that.
You think they could have had him bite into something else?
They could like
In the documentary, they said they tried, but nothing sounded like a carrot other than a carrot.
Dude, they could have had like a designated carrot kid.
Right? Just a guy. I love that idea, yeah. Just a soundbite kid, right?
Soundbite, literally.
Yeah, very literally. It was so Deadpool.
You should have just hired Mr. Ed.
Mr. Ed, right? Yeah. Yeah. Right? Well, could you imagine the audition for Mr. Ed to be the carrot bite for Bugs Bunny? He'd be so against it until they introduced the carrot, right?
Yeah.
I got my own show. It's called Mr. Ed. I'm the star. Oh, wait. I'm going to eat what?
Ooh, carrot.
Carrots? All right, I think we can work with this.
Hold on, let me get my fish in line.
Yeah, right? Will it be dangling forever just out of my reach, or do I get to actually eat it? You get to eat it, but you have to do it with your mouth open and make a bunch of noise so we can record it. Perfect. I'm a horse.
That's how I eat anyway.
Right? Yeah. We can sign me up.
Is there another way?
Yeah, right?
All right, and you're the one that was telling me we needed to get back to Deadpool. Holy crap.
Yeah. Right? I liked in the movie
Sorry.
that, no, tangents are great. I thought the X-Men stuff was handled super well. I even liked the Juggernaut, how they blatantly referenced his brother. Remember that? Professor X?
Oh,
He even said that, I have to wear this helmet because my brother, the Fire Fist kid, right?
Yeah, I forgot about that, yeah.
Which was cool, because that's totally a comic book reference. I kept looking, though, for some sort of a reference for...
There's just so many references
Oh
to
my God,
all
it's-
kinds of things in there.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just insane. There's so many.
Well,
It's great.
I think that's probably what makes the movie super relatable, right? It's like it's... Again, it drags up so much nostalgia for the comic book nerd that knows all these things that are happening, and it does it in such a, like, DeLorean, like, all the, right? Like, the Starship Enterprise, and, like, it does it in such these, like, awesomely cliche ways that us as nerds really, really want, but then it finds a way to just slap you in the face with these current pop culture references so that anybody will also get it. Right?
Yeah.
It's like there's little nuggets that are extra for the nerds, but everybody's going to be able to relate to this movie.
I don't get what the damn... Okay, so you're talking about the relatable thing?
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought it was hilarious, but I don't get what the reference is, and you might know. But what's the hi Suki, hi Wade thing?
Oh, I think that's just to further piss off
Negasonic.
the Negasonic,
Okay.
longest name in the world chick. Because
Yeah.
he's all about her angst, right?
Yes.
And if she's not angsty, he won't care about her anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was wondering, but I was just like, maybe there was something I was picking up there, or that was there that I wasn't picking up, so.
I'm not like...
I laughed every time they did it because it was hilarious.
Yeah, I thought so too. Especially when it was the like head out of the doorway
Yeah.
and then just pop back in for the cute little wave. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was funny. And she just thinks he's great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure, right? Yeah, but not Negasonic. She never liked him in the other movie either.
No,
No.
she's pissed that she thinks he's great.
Yeah.
That's what's funny. That's great.
Although I love the fact that she has this super bubbly girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was
Fits.
all done
It really
super
fits.
well. Yes.
I think they were at the show last night.
What?
No.
What'd you say?
In fact, I think those two were at the show last night.
Those two? Oh, wait,
Just the stereotypical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The angsty with the cute and bubbly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Needle pointing thread.
right? So what was your favorite part?
Oh my god.
Jeez, there's too many.
I think that's probably
I
the
don't know.
best answer you could give for a movie right there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to watch it again. I think you could watch it a few times.
I
Really.
think
I don't think if you watched it twice, I think you'd come away from it going, I think I should watch it again.
Yeah.
yeah. I think I'm gonna have to buy it just to watch it again.
I
I don't think I can afford it in theater enough times to see it. So
I don't feel like
think
we're
you'd-
selling it hard enough.
I think you would notice things there's so much stuff going on. I think you would notice things every time you watched it.
yeah. As far as favorite part though goes, I think the final fight scene in this one was done way better than the final fight scene in the first one. But the final fight scene for the first one was awesome for its budget.
Yeah. Well, and I'd heard, speaking of budgets, I had heard that,
Wait, what do you mean by your favorite part? I mean, there's
is there a part in the movie that really stands out to you that you just thought was like, that was great? That was the one, that's the moment that...
it's funny. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
whatever,
different parts
man.
of it.
It could
that
be
were-
like maybe your favorite part was
When-
better because it was
when he-
actiony than funny.
Well, I think when he lost his legs and
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
That was pretty
everybody
funny.
came walking in the room and everybody was just like, yeah,
Whoa.
yeah, that was hilarious.
I thought that whole scene was super good, and even that one was such a tribute to the first Deadpool. Even the comment when,
The Basic Instinct.
yeah, well, yes, the Basic Instinct one, but even when he's like sitting next to his blind roommate,
Al.
right, and tells her to like rub his leg because his legs are bugging him, and she goes to do that, and he's telling her it's like, you know, that's not my little hand or whatever again,
Yeah.
right? But and he's not even being perverted in
No.
that scene. It's like he's just being actually literally what's going on. But that is such a great throwback to the first Deadpool, but at the same time, again, just slapping you in the face with absurdity. It's such this awesome balance of that. Do you think any of it could ever happen without Ryan Reynolds? Like, how much credit does that guy
No,
deserve?
it would not have gotten. It would never have gotten off the ground if it wasn't for Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't have even had a chance to be here.
Yes.
So
It's totally different to do the first Deadpool where nobody saw it coming, right? It was this movie that was beyond any sort of ambition and expectation that anybody would have for what Deadpool is because he's so defined as a character. In the comic book world, he's like, there is nobody ever that's like Deadpool. He just is that. He embodies everything that all the characters are not, right?
Yeah.
That's basically his job in the Marvel world. And Ryan Reynolds nailed that so hard with that first movie. And I really went into this one and thought, I don't know that they can do it again. But I think he really reeled it in on the Deadpool end of it a little bit. But it was so worth it because it allowed all those other people to shine.
he reeled it in on the Deadpool a little bit, but didn't. Because I'm sorry, there was more. It was far more gratuitous in this one than it was the other one, as far as the Deadpool stuff.
Yeah, I could see that.
I mean,
Yeah, I thought
I'm
so,
sorry.
too.
Sorry,
Yeah, there was a point you leaned over to me and was like, "What is this rated?"
I did.
Yeah.
But the first one was clearly rated R also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, just the whole flying through the air, nutsack to the face. That was.
Which was also this like nod to the first one because he kind of did that in the first one. In that first opening credit scene where it was all slow motion and he's totally just teabagging that guy.
That's right.
Hard. Yeah. Not like kind of. He's totally teabagging that guy.
Yeah.
And he got to teabag Thanos in this movie.
Yes.
Right?
It was right after that, or it was right before that. He called him Thanos.
Yeah, it might
It
have
was
been.
right before that.
Yeah.
Because
he teabagged the crap out of him.
Because it was on that truck, and then the truck got blown up.
Yeah.
I totally even I didn't miss that. I didn't even catch that part when he called him Thanos.
You didn't hear him say Thanos? Yeah, it was like one of the like X-Force. Like it was kind of like one of those moments where it's like, there were so many little moments that were just these little get in there real quick, right?
Yeah.
I think as far as the comments in the movie go, the only negative thing I would say about it is that there were moments when he was wearing the mask and maybe talking with someone that seemed very much like they took advantage of him wearing the mask, and maybe he said like 20 different lines, and they just went with the one they thought was the funniest.
I'll go get it.
Oh, okay.
You're the main guy.
Okay.
If I disappear, nobody's
That's right.
care.
I'm the main guy. Don't you forget that.
No, I said one of the main guys.
One of the main guys. This is where
Wow,
where I become the assistant.
Clearly, you're the one that taught Jack how to pour a beer.
Go get another beer.
No, that's an assistant. But yeah, do it.
Oh my
Grab
god!
like 3 of them.
So can I say something?
What?
Did Jack learn how to pour a beer from your dad?
Probably. It's not acceptable.
No.
Nothing about that is acceptable. Because we read the book of, show it to. This is all things for the people that are watching the video. This is why you should subscribe to our YouTube.
Yes.
You get the whole next level.
We are beer snobs. There's a test in here, right?
So because it's a beer snob book, did we pass the test or did we fail it?
Am I a beer snob? Whoop. All right, because that's really clear.
Yeah, right. Get the glare off
Anyway, it says, "Am I a beer snob?" Let's see if I can. Nope, not gonna work.
No.
But yes, there's a test right there. Am I a beer snob? And we both.
Did we pass it or did we fail it? Like, is a beer snob a good thing?
I think we failed it. We both failed it.
Because we passed it.
Because we passed it
Yeah.
within like the first.
Like, what was it? Like,
3 questions.
you answered yes to 3 of these, and you are? And
Yeah.
like 1, 2, 3, we answered yes.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for the beer.
No problem.
You're rehired with a raise.
Nice. So I'm gonna get more beer.
Yeah. Your beer gopher. This is like a role reversal, because usually, I get to be the Bosshole. Right?
Usually you get to be the Bosshole?
No. With my dad in the room, usually he's the Bosshole, but I get to be the Bosshole.
Okay.
I'm telling you, the Bosshole feels good.
Like it?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You're really good at it.
Thanks.
I can attest.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, he is. This Bosshole's so huge. The big question that I have to ask, because I think it's going to be, I hope that this is like an internet debate or whatever with the whole Josh Brolin playing both roles and everything. Which one is better, Infinity War or Deadpool 2? It's got to be like this big, ominous question that's out there, right?
And I know I was telling you before we went and saw this that I went and saw Infinity War again.
Yeah.
I think they're just so different.
And yeah,
They're totally different movies.
They're not. I don't know. You can't really compare them.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Again, massive credit to Josh Brolin. I think for that reason specifically, because he plays 2 totally different characters that are both such superhero, sort of similar characters,
I wouldn't even
but so
have
different.
known that Thanos was Josh Brolin unless I think you told me that's who that was.
That's who played it. But
Yeah.
it totally is his voice. And
Yes.
he definitely has facial mannerisms that are so Josh Brolin.
Yeah, but
Yes.
he's so
Like, even, like, some arm movements and, like, there were some similar green screen robot cable movements that were Thanos movements in this movie.
I didn't really notice it so much. He was so CGI'd in the Infinity Wars ones that I don't think it. Isn't that what I said?
Yeah.
What did I say? GCI?
GCI? What is GCI?
NCIS? What are we talking about?
No, he said so. No, it's all.
yeah. It's all. He's totally CGI.
Yeah. So I don't
in
think it.
Infinity War.
Yeah, I don't think it even. I don't think people will get that mixed up. I don't think they can really compare that. I didn't think it was.
I mean,
It's totally separate.
it had to go through motion capture though.
But you've already said, if we went to the theater, because you've only seen them both once in the theater, right?
This is true.
If right now, I was like, we can go see, they're playing at the exact same time. We can go see Infinity War, or we can go see Deadpool 2. Of course, you're riding the high of Deadpool 2 right now. But, which
I would
one do
say
you think?
yes. Let's go see them both again.
Whatever. That's a good answer, too. I like that. So ambiguous.
Well,
a bosshole.
if you're gonna go see them both right now, I would strongly recommend seeing Infinity War or Deadpool first, because it's a lot harder to sneak into the movie that's not the one that's being released that week.
Oh, go sneak into Infinity War
to see
next?
them both the same night.
Yeah. I give so much credit to these Deadpool movies. You just have to. I think like even there's a Brad Pitt scene,
Yes.
right, in this one that's super short and quick.
I
We
know. I
won't,
couldn't believe that.
right?
That was hilarious.
Yeah, you leaned over and was like, "Was that Brad Pitt?"
I
was
did.
Like, yeah.
It was so fast.
I read this. I read it was like a Twitter conversation or something that they had where they were talking back and forth about being in it, and apparently Brad Pitt wasn't doing anything at the time. Didn't really get paid to be in the movie or anything. He just got paid whatever the like stand-in price was, right?
Oh, okay.
And he wanted coffee. And I'm pretty sure he made sure that Ryan Reynolds was the guy that personally had to go to like Starbucks and get the coffee and bring it back for him.
Of course.
Like that was the payment, right? And then he got paid his $50 or whatever it was for a stand-in. I doubt it's even that. But he got paid that to be there for like 30 minutes and just do that one scene and leave. But how stoked that the people involved with Deadpool were that first one was good enough to like elevate them to this level where we can just say you're going to be in a Deadpool movie, and so many people are willing to jump on board, right? It's like the first one was this massive. It's the #1 money-making, highest-rated ever R movie of all time.
Mm-hmm.
That first one was. I don't know where this one sits in comparison so far, but there's never been an R-rated movie.
I would think this one's going to blow it away.
You think?
Yeah.
You think there's enough
It was
people
really
that saw
good.
that first one that will now come back for this one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think there's enough people
I
that
think
come
the
back
word.
for it.
I think the word's going to get out that people that didn't even see the first one are going to go see this one because it's so funny. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I guess I would almost say this one, as far as a Deadpool newcomer, this one might be a little bit easier to swallow. You think? There's way more eye candy.
Yes, there's way more eye candy, but you're not. I don't know.
Do you need the substance of that
I think
first
you
one
really
to
do.
validate this one?
That's what the whole basis of why he went into this time traveling rage bit
Yeah.
is. So
Should we touch on that? That his lady friend from the first one dies.
yes, I'm really sad
They're
because
starting to spoil now. You know.
one of my
We've
favorite.
already done that. We
One of
we
my-
already said that's fine.
Okay.
She's like one of my favorite characters or favorite actresses anyway. Like
She's not
most,
one
no,
of-
she is one of my favorite actresses anyway because
Because he's got a crush on her.
Ever since V.
V?
Yeah.
What's V?
This is a TV show. V.
I haven't seen V.
Oh yeah.
Was she in that?
Yeah.
Wow,
Huh.
she's in everything.
Yeah,
Guess she's in
been a lot
she's
of
in
stuff.
Gotham right now, and then.
Yeah.
Your first love's Firefly.
But I was just gonna say in Firefly.
Yeah, yeah.
But to be fair, she wasn't my favorite in Firefly.
You guys haven't seen V?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really bad. You'd like it.
It's so bad you have to check this out, right? I love how TV shows are just like things that smell horrible or taste horrible, right?
Yeah.
Dude, you gotta try this. It's so bad. Okay. Oh, you're right. It's so terrible. I love
It's an
it.
alien race that comes to Earth, and they're like lizards, but they can be. They look like humans, but
So
really
like
they're
chameleons.
lizards. Kinda, yeah.
Sounds like
She's
that. Sounds like that
she's
preview
the
we saw
queen
before the movie.
lizard.
Yeah, how awesome! What was the one trailer we saw before the movie? It was so good.
Oh yeah,
Oh
where
my
that.
God.
It was good. Shut up.
It
That was
was
so
not.
good. What was it? Do you remember?
No, it was good. It
Oh, you're talking about. Oh,
was that blood and guts one.
Yeah.
It was,
What was that?
Yeah.
What was that one?
Advanced. Is that what it was?
Something like that. Yeah.
When that trailer first started, I thought immediately DSX. Is what I thought.
Oh, okay.
Is this a DSX movie? When I first saw that come up, and I was like, nope, it's even worse. I'm gonna love this.
You know what the first thought came to my mind was the people who wrote Fast and Furious wrote this.
That trailer for that?
Yeah, I was like, oh man, this has such the feel of a Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah. It reminded, I guess, if I try to relate it to Deadpool, it had killer choreography. Literally.
Yes.
Right?
I'm sorry, the whole plate scene. That was hilarious. That's what sold me, by the way.
In the trailer?
Yeah, in the trailer, the plate
I'm trying to
scene.
remember the plates.
I know, me too.
In the kitchen, after he takes over the autonomous deal, the guy tries to get back up, and he takes a plate and just breaks that plate over his head, and the guy gets back up again, breaks another plate over his head.
I didn't notice it. Now I have to go
remember
see it
that
again
either.
just to see the trailers again.
I just remember blood and guts just flying.
Oh, there was blood and guts
Everywhere, that was
everywhere.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, so when the very
So much blood and guts.
in the trailer, the very first part where it says you have to give me control, or you have to authorize me for complete autonomous control.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that first guy that he knocks down gets back up and he just grabs a plate out of
Oh, yeah.
the dish deal and just
Yeah, when he just beats
breaks
the
it
crap
over.
out of it and he's wondering
Yeah.
how he does it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, blank stare, like, kept breaking plates over the guys. I was like, wow, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, and then,
I'm actually excited to see that. And that comes
looked
out
pretty
right
funny.
away. That was like within a couple weeks.
Was
I think advanced.
Okay.
Advanced?
Oh, we'll have to
I
do
don't
Jack's
know.
job.
Look it up, Jack.
where are you when we need you, Jack?
Right? Never there. I hate him too, you guys.
I know. He's bailed on the
Oh,
show
by the
and
way,
everything.
we should comment that I tried some Baja Blast, which was recommended by Jack. That is garbage. Have you tried that?
No, it's Mountain Dew. I'm not even going to bother.
Yeah. Have you ever had let's say it's a really hot day, right? And you're like, sweet, I got a Slurpee. This is awesome. I'm going to head home. You hit rush hour traffic. You're stuck there for 3 hours. That Slurpee is now lukewarm
Ugh.
syrup sugar. That is Baja Blast. That is what it tastes like.
What is it?
It's
a drink?
It's Mountain Dew
In a can?
Baja Blast. It's
Oh.
bad. I bet you can get it in whatever sort of receptacle you want.
It's not
But-
advanced. At least it's not coming up.
Okay, so maybe it wasn't advanced.
It was something like that, though.
Damn it! Now I have to go see the movie just to see the trailer.
Darn it.
Darn it!
Their midnight showing.
Right?
Thanks.
Welcome for that.
I think it would be good to see it. If I saw it again, I think I'd want to see it on a bigger screen. I
Okay,
think it
yeah,
but that was also super appropriate.
Well, I
Don't
know
you think?
it was, but
It
I
was,
think it would be good.
but
if
as far-
we saw it,
even
like,
by
in a
Stanwood-
big one.
theater standards, which are not very high,
Yeah.
we got hosed.
Yes.
But I was wondering about that because they have, I think they only have 5 houses there, right?
Maybe. And there were very on the reader board of what movies were playing. It was very limited.
Yeah, there was only 4 movies showing, and there was only like an hour between each movie, which means they're shuffling them between theaters.
Yeah, they had to be.
Yeah.
I thought that too. I thought if we would have picked the next showing, we would have been in the main big theater.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it would have been a little better in there.
I think so. They got better sound in that one.
Yeah.
But you still totally
it just
loved
would
it.
have been in your face more. It was already in
Instead
your
of
face.
the sight of your face.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't tell you how long it's been since I've sat against the wall in a movie theater. This
Yeah,
is
it's been a long time.
a long time, years and years and years.
It's like,
Well, you know,
that's like one of the benefits.
when your seats aren't, the whole theater is not much wider than a 727, then you don't have a lot of choice anyway.
Yeah, it did feel like that, like Coach.
Yes.
We saw it in the Coach theater. We totally did. Yeah. Usually, I mean, Stanwood theaters aren't even. We were more in it wasn't even Coach. It was like luggage. right?
We're in the crew quarters.
Yeah, totally. Where all the seats go the other way. It doesn't make sense. It's not right. But it was still great.
It was.
It did not really ruin my movie experience.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
You were the furthest to the middle. Shut up.
By 2 seats.
Yeah. That means a lot when your neighbor's the wall.
Yes, there is only 6 seats to each side, though. I was thinking about that when we got in there, though. They should have put the row to one side.
Just
The
one
aisles.
walkway?
One
Down the middle?
they had one walkway already in that theater, just down the middle. But they should have put it to one side, so one side was only one side got hosed.
Yeah, but then how pissed would you have been when those 4 people left? They would have been in your row. You know that like 3 of those 4 would have been in your row. Now you got to get up 3 times.
I wouldn't have paid attention to that by that point in time.
Really?
I would not have been. That's not what would have been going through my mind at that point in time.
You still, even when they would have came through and made you get up in the middle of your movie you enjoyed so much, you never would have thought, why the fuck?
No, I would have.
Why the heck isn't this aisle in the middle?
Way to go, Colossus.
Right? Yeah.
Oh no, I would have treated it just like the people did when we tried to get in our aisle.
Done the weird. Okay, maybe that's something we should address. When you need to go through the aisle,
Etiquette?
what is the proper get the hell out of the way
Just
aisle
stand up
etiquette?
and back up to your seat.
Yes, please. Don't do that weird, like, my knees are together and off to one side like I'm a princess on a horse maneuver that people do.
Was
Dude,
that the
I-
guy that I thought was a girl that
yes.
did that?
Yeah.
Both of them did that. And if I could have worked up
I
a
think
chance,
that's one of the reasons when I thought that
Was
was a
it
girl.
because of the maneuver?
It might have been.
Yeah,
if I
side,
could-
the
'Cause
little
I never
side
really
saddle.
looked at
I'm not gonna
his face.
lie though, but I've never wanted to work up a crop dust more than when I was in that situation.
Right then.
I did. I was like, I saw you guys like. I saw them do that for you guys to shimmy by, and I watched how much trouble you were having shimmying by. And I'm
Right?
going, God, my fat ass is going to hang right out into their face. God, if I could just let one go right now, that'd be great.
Yeah, well, I always think, okay,
They would stand up every time after that, wouldn't
Yeah,
they?
they
you'd
would.
think so. Maybe they would go to a different aisle. How sweet would that be? It's like win, win, win. We're all going to hold our breath while it dissipates,
take
but
their
still
seats.
it's a win in the end. Right? Then we could just go a seat between us.
Yeah, we could
Get
have
the
been.
Exactly.
double arm
We could have
rest.
been in the aisle.
Right? I hate those guys so much. You guys are right. I hate them. So let's say, okay, so,
So yeah,
you go
proper etiquette would be to stand
up. Just
Yeah.
stand up. Quit being
Yeah.
such a lazy bum and stand up. Don't do the weird side saddle thing.
or spread. I usually just like spread.
Yeah, of course you do. Of course you do.
Oh, way to go, Wade. All right.
Wow. I just do the side saddle thing. They just kind of roll through me. My next question was going to be, okay, so as the guy going through the aisle, then what is the proper etiquette? Do you go like ass to face, or do you go like groin to
Ass
face?
to face.
Yeah, unless they side saddle. I think I might have a new rule. If somebody side saddles to let you through the aisle, you go nuts to face. Right?
You're just gonna turn
with
around
like a
and face
little,
him.
with like a back arch
Yeah.
over the chair as you do it. Right? It's like, you want to make it weird? I'll make it weirder.
You heard
Right?
it here?
I'll see your side saddle and raise you a nutsack. Fold?
Yeah, there you
Is
go.
that your response to that one? Winner. That's my new rule, dude. You watch, because we see movies a lot.
We do.
Next time that happens, I'm going to totally do that and
All
look
right.
at you and just like one eye wink, and you'll get it.
Oh, yeah. You won't even look at me. I'll just watch you turn around and back to the screen, and I'm like, ah.
Yeah. I'll do it like once or twice and build up some confidence, and then I'm going to just roll with the really side saddle and just give it full on. It's going to be awesome. I'm thinking like 4 movies in, this is going to be a classic moment. So,
Side saddle.
yeah.
That's like what that one guy did.
Oh, yeah, don't you
Yeah.
think? Yeah.
Side saddle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at
But
every
then
time
you-
the camera's all, why is it weird?
Not full mount, not full spread mount.
No.
Okay.
That's Disney Prince. We're going like Princess, which is like knees
okay.
together off to the side.
All right. Yeah.
Which is what they did to us.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they both do that?
No,
Yes.
the one guy didn't really do like a full spread, but he kind of did like this. Like he agreed with me in that instant that this was awkward, and he probably should have stood up. I
Yeah.
felt like we had that conversation.
Yeah.
The next guy was like, "I don't care, go around my princess knees," right? Like that was immediately what he thought. And he's forever changed my theater etiquette from this moment on.
If you have to do that, though, 3 times in a row, please tell me you start wearing a trench coat.
What? Yeah, right?
Just turn around, face him, pull that trench coat behind. Even if you don't have anything, if you're fully dressed underneath, even if you are, just pull it back and then shimmy through.
Even if I am, I like that he's like, you might not be because I realize what I put out there, but because I want to also emphasize again, we see a lot of movies together.
Yep.
This is adding up to disaster. It's Deadpool 3 right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
I'm just sorry, but that would just make it more awkward.
one thing I have to say, there was more people in that theater though tonight than I've seen in there in a long time.
Oh, I know. For Stanwood, that was pretty packed.
It was.
Yeah, because there was like a third of the theater, you guys.
I know.
And I'll reiterate that it's
Usually there's only 3 or 4 people in the theater though. There was a lot of people in there.
Okay, I will also acknowledge
usually there's enough to fill up the two back rows of the theater, and that's it for Stanwood.
Yeah, there was. I rarely go into a Stanwood theater movie and think, let's have a discussion about where we're going to sit, right?
Oh,
because
yeah.
usually it's like
you don't think
wherever
about it.
you want,
Yeah,
sir.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I saved the best seat in the house for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It's like every
Yeah,
time.
how many times have you gone in there and I've had to, we stopped up at the top and tried to figure out where we were going to sit. Three seats in a row.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah, that never
But
happens.
again, I want to reiterate there were only 6 on each side.
Yeah, I know. But usually there's only 6 people in the theater.
That's very true. That's very true. Yes, I will also agree with that. But still,
So, see, that's another reason why, this is a good movie. People wanting to see this movie.
And let's be fair, Deadpool's all about getting close.
it's very true. And how many of those people didn't leave? Right? They could have not seen the movie in that cramped theater, but they were fine with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bonding experience.
Yeah. I think that right, because you didn't have a choice. The armrest goes up or down. This is a fancy new feature. I don't know if anybody else has been exposed to that. But
And
this
they're
is,
already broken.
right? Were they? Yours was?
No, the one next to me was.
Oh. Is it because of the side saddle?
Yeah, it totally was.
I bet he did. He double-kneed the heck out of that
Yeah,
and just
he
ruined
was
it.
like, you guys walked by like, oh, don't touch me.
Right? Side saddle so hard. I hate that guy. Did I say that already?
No.
I hate that guy.
Wow.
His friend I'm still undecided on, but I hate that guy.
I'm still not sure it was a guy.
Yeah, I know
my
you
God.
aren't. I know you aren't. That was such a hilarious moment because I didn't question it at all until you said that. And then the instant he was like, "You mean her?" And I was like, "What?" And then
No,
I was,
it was a
as
guy.
puzzled. It was a dude.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You are sure?
Pretty sure.
You got him thinking now.
Just
Not-
like you
not so
did, right?
sure.
You like the way I passed that on?
Yeah.
I learned that from you.
I totally had to do like a triple take on that. Because I didn't even look at him when I walked by. I just saw the legs side saddle. Oh, this guy and his girlfriend, right?
Yeah, no, you.
That's what I thought.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then when I sat down, I looked over and I was like, what?
I love it. We are all totally in agreement that the side saddle's a wrong maneuver.
Well, for a guy, I mean, come on. Would have been,
that's so
would have
good.
been a girl, I would have been okay with it.
It would have made more sense. I
Yeah,
agree. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you know.
Nothing against dudes
Guys
out there that
should
are side
stand
saddling.
up.
Whatever you want to do, I guess. Is
I think
fine,
if
but
it's
it's,
a girl-
it's a little weird.
If it's a
No, I got
girl
something
and she
against
wants
it.
to go side saddle, okay, I can slip by, but you know, I understand that.
You'd rather he did the full knee spread and just let you roll through.
Ew.
No,
Just stand up
Yeah.
like a person, please. Yeah.
no, I'm just saying if it's a girl, I get
Okay.
a girl not standing up, but a guy, I mean, a girl can go side saddle and get out of the way. I mean, it'd be nice
Okay,
if they stood up. Everybody should stand up.
So let's clarify here, though.
I can't wait to hear this.
No. I'm going.
Please paint a clearer picture.
I'm
for
going
us,
serious
Jeremiah.
on this one, not
Okay.
expanding on that. So, as far as etiquette goes, before the movie started, yes, stand up.
Oh, once the movie started?
Once the movie started, if they're into the movie and you trying to get past them real quick,
That's shame on you.
I can see. Yeah, it's more of a shame on you, and I can see them doing the whole get out of the way, just expedite the whole thing.
Yeah, because you don't want to stand up and block the movie from the people behind you. That's rude too,
Yeah,
right?
what a dick.
I mean, what are they going to say?
I knew you guys would hate him too.
The people behind you are
I mean,
going to go,
who-
"Hey, down up front," or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And who would have to get up in the middle of the movie and have to pee anyway?
Right? Shut up. I didn't have to.
I know.
And I was on the end.
This
Were you
time,
worried about that
I
when I
was.
sat on the end? Did that thought go through your
It
mind?
did.
You might have to pee. That's true.
You wouldn't want to do that in this movie. You'd miss too much.
I agree.
Yeah,
You totally would.
And you'd have to go see it again.
I
Just
would have
because
to
you
go see
missed
it.
so much because you had to piss.
Yeah.
Yeah. The movie, I actually almost had to pee, and the movie was so good, it captivated me, and I stopped my have to pee. It's that good.
Wow.
That's that.
I'm going to run with that.
That's
as
pretty good.
The selling point for the movie.
I'm just amazed we've made it 67 minutes so far and you haven't gotten up yet.
No, I haven't had to go yet, but I still got another half a pint. Is it a pint?
Oh, it's a U.S. pint.
A U.S. pint? Does that mean it's bigger?
No, it's smaller actually.
Oh.
British
That
pint.
seems very un-U.S. Seems very side saddle.
A British pint's bigger, so or imperial pint. So British pint's bigger. Yeah.
It's 12 ounces, isn't it?
Six.
No, the can is. Yeah. But the pint.
Oh,
Because
you're
it's
talking
a
about
pint
the
glass, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's why it doesn't fill it up all the way.
Yes. Because a pint is 16.
Yes.
Yeah, not 12.
Yeah.
It wouldn't fill it up even if it was a British one.
Cans were no.
No, but the British pint is what 20.5 or 20 ounces or something like that.
Oh, it's a tall one.
Yeah.
When they say, do you want a short one or a big one?
Yeah.
They mean, do you want a British or a not? They should call the small one, the American one, a side saddle. It's going to be my new thing.
I want a side saddle. They're gonna look at you so stupid.
Yeah. The way I should have looked at that
They're
dude.
gonna go what?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
They're
did
gonna,
we
they're gonna
ever
look at him
talk
and go,
about Deadpool during this whole thing?
You did a lot.
You think
Did we?
so?
Yeah, I kept trying to bring it up, but you guys were like going way off track.
Oh,
I know,
he's got,
we kept doing
He's
it.
got a red suit.
Yes,
He does. Then I
Yes.
love that he held it together with duct tape. Now I have to pee.
That,
It's your fault,
that
dude.
was funny. I thought that was hilarious.
I love that they, again, it's like, no, we acknowledge that these things happen. We just don't care. So we're going to put some duct tape on it because something happened to the suit in production and we just added it into the movie. Right? Like, the movie's that ridiculous, but it's still so good. I'm the hugest fan of this movie.
It
And the
is
first
good.
one.
It's really good. Yes.
I'm gonna have to watch the first one.
Yes, you are.
I told you that already, and you were like,
know.
I don't know. And then you got a beer in you, and you're like, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Makes sense for Deadpool.
It's true. Oh, my God.
Oh.
What's going on there, man?
So,
Have a problem? Issue?
I know. I keep
You
sniffling.
need a tissue?
I think it's producer Holly's fault. Because everything is.
So what are we going to score this?
I have to
The
put a
beer?
score on Deadpool.
On Deadpool, yes.
First, we have to do Deadpool. What did I... do we know our movies? Are you looking up
What are we?
our Nerdbuzzed
what's-
website?
What's our choice?
No, I'm not.
I think this... For me, personally, this movie's better than Infinity War. I'm going to be done talking about Infinity
Like
War
1
really
to 5
soon.
or something? What's our
No,
choice
no,
here?
it's right there, dude.
Out of
Oh,
10.
Sorry, man.
I know you have an aversion to, like, lists, but there it is.
Okay.
Oh my god.
What do you think? You're the guest. You get to go first.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a 9.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's why I picked 9 because it says.
Okay,
amazing.
because you weren't here for our show, can you remember back well enough, what would you have given in Infinity War? Again, because they're so close, they have the same actor, I feel like it's okay to kind of compare the two. Would you have also given it a 9?
I don't think so. I think I might have given Infinity War an 8.
I'm going to say, I think that's actually saying a whole ton about Deadpool and Infinity War in general, because in the middle of Deadpool, you leaned over to me and asked me questions that were clearly defined in the first one, and then you immediately didn't care what my answer was because you were just so bombarded with entertainment, right?
Oh yeah.
In
no.
Infinity War,
I
you
was
never
trying to keep
once
up with the movie, and I couldn't.
But you'd have seen all the other MCU movies and then seen Infinity War. You were more on top of it going into it.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess you could.
Would
say
you say
that.
so? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I thought Infinity Wars was good too.
Oh, I totally think it was good also, but I'm in the same boat, and I think that Deadpool 2 is better, definitely. And as far as just a general all around movie, I think it's great. This could be your first exposure to Deadpool. That's totally fine.
It is R rated though.
But it
clearly.
is
But
rated
it's-
R.
yeah.
It's fine.
I mean, that's another difference between the two.
I mean, like they said,
But
at the
I
very
also
beginning,
think
this is a family
Infinity
movie.
War.
It's a family
Yeah.
movie.
But I think Infinity War has got to be as close to a PG-13 R rating as you can
for
get.
violence.
It's got to be one of them, right? Like, there are some horrible things that happen in that movie that is just fine. And there's actually cursing that went on in that movie more than I thought there would be. Nothing to the degree of Deadpool.
That's
but
funny you'd say it's a family movie because it's an F word.
Exactly.
Yeah. That was like a driving point of the whole movie.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was good. I'm going to give this one... Man, I think the first Deadpool, hands down, a 9. Totally agree. I'm going to give this one an 8.5. I think it's really, really good. I do really enjoy it.
I don't think this was as good as the first one, huh?
This one?
Yeah. I thought this one was better than the first one.
Really?
Oh,
so
yeah.
what would you give in the first Deadpool?
I have to
Would we
see
have
it again.
swapped them?
I kinda have
now
to
you
see it
don't
again.
even... What? How can you validate anything you said when you back it up with, I have to see it again?
know I enjoyed this more than the first one.
Do you think any of that could be because
I think
you were already like previously exposed to Deadpool, so you kind of sort of knew what to go into it with? If that's the case, then
maybe
you owe
a
some
little.
credit to the first one.
Yeah, probably a little bit, because I didn't even know anything about Deadpool.
It tenderized the meat a little bit for you.
Yeah.
So when you went into this one, it was just
This
that
one
much
was
better.
I just thought this one was had so much humor and comedy in it, and just no.
Do you
it was
think
just great.
the closest relation?
I thought it had a lot more of that than the first one did.
I could see that across a broader spectrum. The other one was a little more like focused
And
in
it had
one direction.
it had a lot of references to things that I could kind of relate to in other movies and other things.
Yeah.
That I got, and where the first one didn't really do that.
Yeah, the first one was definitely...
Which I thought was really cool about it. I like that part about it.
Yeah, I would totally agree. The first
All the
one...
little digs and everything that was going on and everything. I mean, I got a lot of that. Some of it I didn't. I'd have to watch it again. But.
Well, and I think a lot of those things, again, were just this broad, like, pop culture dig,
Oh, yeah.
right? As opposed to where the first one was... It was more of this narrow view
Well, like
of
you
this
said,
is
it's an
Deadpool, we
origin
have to
movie.
do it. It totally is.
Yeah.
And in this one, it's this kind of this broader spectrum of digs.
Which I've heard you guys say that the origin movies are just... They're just kind of what they are, right? I mean, they're developing characters.
I'm much more open to them than he is.
I that's totally true. But I also think, as far as superhero movies go, I'm the bigger nerd out of the two of us.
Oh, by far.
So I've already read the origin a billion times, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't need them to dwell on what motivates them to make them a hero. Just make them the cool hero that they are, and let me see that part. Like,
Okay, and
Yeah,
back
but
to get.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. What do you say? No,
I was
sorry.
gonna say, but don't you think that a lot of people that go to see these movies, like I'm not a comic book person at all. I just like to go see the movies. So a lot of these people that go see the movies don't care about the comic books. They don't know that about it. So you're seeing it kind of from a different light than most people.
I think there's totally truth to that. But I also think that we've almost gone to this position now with superhero stuff where it's so mainstream that the things that were the core of what that original nerd culture was are now being influenced by the mainstream stuff. Like it's almost starting to switch in this other role. So yeah, like I totally agree with you, and I think Deadpool. I said it in the beginning of our cast, and I totally want to reiterate it that Deadpool does such a good job of bringing in this fresh new audience that has never been exposed to him and making him accessible, but at the same time giving you so many little nuggets of you're a hardcore nerd and you knew Deadpool and you knew all these other characters that Deadpool mocks and makes fun of. You're going to get those moments too. And you're going to appreciate him on this next level that that these just casual people that totally enjoyed the movie as much as you, but you're going to have this extra level of nerdom in that movie.
And what I was going to say to your statement earlier about how you're the bigger nerd and know you've seen all this stuff, you've appreciated all this stuff as the story before it ever made it to this medium.
Yeah.
I gotta say, since we've started doing this, I've witnessed the industry as a whole, that the backstories and stuff, and the stuff, just the word of mouth and people talking about it, and just general discussion and knowledge of what's going on has come out and is becoming more understood and known.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of this stuff. Yeah, I don't know the minute details of it all, but I'm hearing a lot more and seeing a lot more of what this is and what's driving this to this point. Which gives me more of the investment into that side of it.
Yeah, I could see that.
So,
I think I'm still baffled at how much relevance superhero movies have, and how much they've come around from this like sheltered nerd thing that you would do by yourself, like not even to the level of baseball cards, right? Like I can never remember a time as a kid where if I hung out with other kids, it would be more acceptable if I had like baseball cards or some sort of sports team card to trade and hang out with than I'd had comic books. But for me, comic books were like the way cooler thing. But so still, it was never something I super exposed to people. But that now it's like the reverse, right? Yeah. Like if you're the kid that shows up and doesn't know who superheroes are, you're more the outcast than the people that do, right? Yeah. When I was a kid, it was not that way. It was the other way around. I still really firmly stand by that to be the age that, especially me and JR, and be able to like enjoy these movies with the massive budget that they have, and it's because we grew up and we have money now, right? Compared to begging my dad to buy me superhero action figures or comic books through the checkout line, it's like I can just buy them myself now. I don't care. I'll go spend $20 on to go see a movie. I don't care. I make my own money, right? It's like for us to have grown up and live in the time that we live with the highlight of superheroes at where they're at, like, could it get better, right?
No, and I don't think you said right there, they wouldn't have the funding, because would you have spent the money on that 10 years ago, 20 years ago?
Oh, probably not.
To go see superheroes?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Did you see?
I did when I was a kid. I was into superheroes for a little while. I mean, Did
you see Superman in the theater?
Did I see Superman in the theater?
The original Superman. Although that was like 70.
It was 80. No, it was.
I think it was like late.
Well,
70s.
I was watching Superman on TV.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You watched it on TV. You didn't go see it in the theater.
No, it was on TV. It wasn't even in the theater.
Didn't release in theater at all?
No.
Sure?
Not when I was a kid. It was a TV show. That's how I remember it starting.
Yeah, well, that's how I watched it. Was on
he
TV.
was on a board.
Recorded it off of TV, but
yeah,
the first Superman movie.
You remember that being your first exposure was watching the original Christopher Reeve Superman on TV?
No, it wasn't even. It was before.
We're talking about the Christopher Reeves one.
Yeah. Oh. Did you see that in the theater?
Oh, I'm sure I did. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like you did go see Superman in the theater as a kid?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure I did.
You were a big Superman fan?
Yeah. No, I like.
I
like the superhero. I've always been a fan of superheroes. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I used to get some comic books when I was a kid. I remember the Fantastic Four and.
That was my.
I think that was kind of my favorite.
That was my exposure. That and the Archies.
Yeah, right. Archies too.
I know. No, because like I said, my dad was all about that. You ain't gonna spend your money on freaking comic books. But then he turned around and bought me a whole blister pack of or whole box of blister packs of, or not blister packs, but packs of baseball cards. It's like, that's acceptable, but spending my money on comic books wasn't.
Yeah.
But I can kind of see that. They were expensive, but...
Yeah. Yeah, no, I wasn't way into comic books, but I did like looking at them and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, but we didn't have, we just didn't have the exposure back then to it like there is, when you were growing up.
Yeah.
Like the accessibility to it.
Oh yeah, no, it was just it was everywhere, I mean, it was pretty much comic books back then. That's the only way you could really see the superhero stuff.
Yeah.
When I was a kid. Yeah.
But I think, to be fair, even when I was a kid,
yeah,
like really a little kid, that was the same exposure.
The X-Men was really the first real superhero show that we got. We had a couple of anime, a couple.
There were like superhero-esque, like there were He-Man, Thundercats,
Yeah, I
Voltron,
was
like there were
gonna say
those
that.
kind of things.
Yeah.
But
I
as
think
far
that's
as
kind of how it all started to evolve, though. All that.
Yeah.
Like there's the He-Man and the Transformers, and there's all those cartoon shows that kind of got the whole thing kind of going, I think. And then it was like, well, why don't we just make these with real people?
Yeah, exactly. Except for Michael Bay ruined that.
Well, and I think, again, like coming back, I think Marvel, MCU, and Deadpool, which is this weird... I love that Deadpool is what it is as far as the theater version goes, and Marvel's done it really well too, where they've done such a good job of balancing the nostalgia of what these heroes represent to us as kids, but still making it current and relevant on the screen to where newcomers can come in and enjoy it too. They've done such a good job of that balancing act, which is not an easy task. Like I really think they deserve a lot of credit for that.
Like just bringing like the everyday tech and everything to just being something that's assumed everybody has this now.
Yeah.
You know what kind of comes to my mind when I think about the Deadpool movie and stuff compared to like other things that came out and was like a big hit was like Kill Bill. Was that actually a comic book or anything?
No.
It was just a movie.
It was inspired by those things, I think. Yeah.
It was inspired by a comic book. Yeah.
Not like it was inspired by, I think, superhero movies and comic books and whatever. That's what made Quentin Tarantino be like, I'm a fan of these things. I'm going to do my version of it, and that was Kill Bill, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But it kind of reminds me of that in a way, with all the swords and just like blood and guts and it kind of sort of superhero-ish, but not superhero.
In comic
kind
books,
and that was a big hit. I remember that was huge.
Well, and I think that
this in Deadpool's kind of like that. Seems like that to me. It's kind of got that feel to it.
So
it's over the top for sure.
Yeah.
I say the Kill Bill was was his attempt at a not a parody, but a styled like a Kurosawa type film. The
first
Chopsaki.
one.
Yes.
Yeah, and the second one's like a spaghetti western, which is what makes the pair so good.
Yes.
Yeah, it really is. Like that, to me, those are Tarantino going out on a high note for me. Like those are kind of. Although I did see the, which again is a nod to. Isn't Brolin in the Hateful Eight?
I have not seen the
I think
Hateful
he's one
Eight.
of the eight.
I saw the Hateful Eight.
I need to see.
I really enjoyed it, but I so recommend put that on and watch it late at night. And if you fall asleep at the end of a chapter, it's fine. Just pick it up the next day at that chapter and keep watch it like episodically. It's really, really good that way. Don't feel pressured to sit through that whole movie. It's fine.
Okay, like I said, I've started it once. I don't remember why I stopped it, but I started it once and that didn't get very far.
Yeah. I wasn't a big Inglourious Bastards fan. I definitely liked Hateful Eight. I came around to where, and maybe I should go back and watch Inglourious Bastards and do it a little more episodically, which I think. I guess he's always kind of done that.
Inglourious Bastards was great.
Yeah, I wasn't as big of a fan.
Oh, I liked it.
Yeah. It was fine.
It did take 2 times watching it to fully appreciate it.
Okay, maybe that's what it is. I'm still at half appreciation.
There you go.
Yeah. Did you put a number on Deadpool? Did I miss it?
I did, but I didn't get a chance to say it.
Okay, say it.
775.
Wow, the lowest. And what did you give? Did you look up what we?
I did not look up
Infinity
what we.
War?
I did not look.
Dude, Jack, come on.
I'm not getting off this screen because this is the one that I'm recording everything on.
What do you mean you're recording everything on?
Our scores.
Oh, okay. You don't want to do that. I can't remember. I'm gonna look it up now.
All right.
So reminisce again. Talk about superhero something. Entertain the people.
Okay, so how about the beers?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's talk about
rate the beer.
Yeah.
This is sometimes this is the hardest part of the show because now you have to compare the beer to the score you gave the movie, right? And we've had beers where I've been like,
Oh, I don't think the
This
beer
beer-
compares to the movie.
no, let's see. But again, that's something to compare your score to,
There you go.
right?
Yeah. I'd say that the beer is a 5. I'd just give it
Wow.
an okay.
I'm gonna ask. Okay, so I want to know because I know you.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a huge IPA fan to begin with, so it wouldn't have been my choice to get a beer anyway. But but
To
it's-
get an
it's
IPA,
okay.
you mean?
Yeah.
You would have loved to
I
have
wouldn't
gotten
have
a beer.
gra- yeah. I
And
wouldn't
let me
have gotten
guess, you would have gotten a porter or a stout.
that. Probably.
Yeah.
I was looking at a winter beer as the other option, but I was like,
How old is that? Is that what you thought?
yeah, pretty much.
It's like it's not winter at all.
Exactly. Well, everything else was on the shelf we reviewed already.
Really? You
Not-
drank that much beer?
Not everything, but most of them. The other ones were like, yeah, Marcus won't drink that.
Really? I was the deciding factor. Oh my god.
Nice.
Okay, so you want to know Infinity War scores?
Sure.
Maybe I wonder if this will change your opinion on anything. So
Oh, this is what scores you gave him last. last
I
time.
gave Infinity War a 7. What did I give this?
You
Eight
gave
and a
this
half?
8.5.
Which I think totally valid. I stand by that decision 1,000,000%. I
Okay.
think this is, if you're going to go see, if there's 2 movies playing and you want to get a better experience, this is better than Infinity War in a 1 movie viewing experience.
Okay, 1 movie viewing.
Would
okay.
you totally agree with that?
Yes.
You've never seen any of the other MCU movies. You've never seen Deadpool 1. Nothing to precede either. You're just going to go see
Oh my god.
one of these 2.
This is like what you base your entire argument on every time.
A lot of times I do.
No,
Because I
you
think,
do. This is what you base your argument every time. Because
But
the,
I
the
think-
fact of the matter is they exist. They're out there, and I guarantee 90% of the people out there have seen the other movies. At least over half of them.
Oh, I think most of the people that went and saw Deadpool 2, I've seen them. I think they're... I think based purely on
There's
the
a
number...
1% chance that somebody might not have seen this. And
Yeah. But put yourself, instead of the fanboy of like, but Marvel had 10 movies to build up to this hype and like make it cool, which makes that movie so awesome. I'm not taking it away from
because there's that 1% chance that somebody might have been this person that hasn't seen
Yeah.
it. Okay.
But take everything out of it, and now just look at them independently. Deadpool 2 and Infinity War.
Okay.
Right? Don't base it on whatever. What
So-
was your
so
score?
get on what
Give me
you're
your
saying.
score. No, I'm not going to tell you. You got to tell me your score first.
On what?
On Deadpool, on
Infinity
Deadpool
War?
2. No, I'll tell you what your Infinity War score
I want to know
is.
what you rate the beer.
I told you, my Deadpool.
Yeah, you sound like it. Let's just bring this back to what I care about. I give it a 5. I'll give you a 6 and give me another one.
He has
Hey,
the other
I
one.
already went and got him. It's somebody else.
It's true. You were such the gopher. Thank you.
I offered
All right, what do you give Deadpool 2?
7.75.
7.75. That's very harsh compared to your Infinity War.
Okay, what's my Infinity War?
9.
Okay, I'll stick with that.
You feel good about that?
Yeah.
All right. It's funny because we're in like the complete opposite boats, right?
I
will
watched-
totally row yours back if you row mine back. Right? It's like we both made it there, great, but on the way back, one of us getting back quicker and one of us getting there quicker.
No, I watched Infinity War a second time, and I tried to keep an open mind to the fact that how does this stand up as a movie by itself?
Yeah.
And the only thing in it that you really have to know to appreciate it as a movie by itself is that, yes, superheroes exist, and yes, powers are part of the world.
And I don't want to go on this Infinity War rant, but I think you're so wrong. It's not true at all. The only reason you can appreciate any sort of relationship that Tony and Spider-Man have, in any of their conversation, and that one awesome scene where Spider-Man dies, spoiler alert, is if you've seen the other movies and care about why that matters to Tony, right? You have to acknowledge that.
Yeah, but it's been made clear at the beginning of that there is a connection between them. I mean, when he first comes
But
in,
we're
he's
just
like,
supposed to assume?
he's like, "What are you doing here? Like, why are you here?" type thing, and it's clearly in a "What are you doing here?" as an "I know you" type thing.
Yeah, but not in the same level. I guess maybe that would become obvious the instant he has the Iron Spider suit. He's like, oh, clearly they know each other well, and he's made him this suit, right? Like, yeah, then I would guess you could assume all those things. But to me, that's what makes this movie better, is that it caters to those that are assuming, but it also caters to those that care and have seen all those other movies more.
If I give it an 8, will you shut up?
I don't know. If you give them both an 8, I will shut up.
Not happening.
I think I don't want to come across. I'm not going to keep talking about it on every show we have, but I really do think Infinity War is a good movie. I just think Deadpool's a little better, but Deadpool 2 and Deadpool are a little better. But I'm still just baffled.
I sat through.
I think they're just they're different.
They're totally
completely different.
They're completely different.
But I think some people that would go see Infinity Wars would not want to go see Deadpool just because it would be offensive to them.
Also, I just want to say
but they watched so many offensive things in the Infinity War movie. It's because it was delivered to you so differently. But there were some pretty abrasively offensive things. Like, I don't think you should take a kid to either one.
No, I would agree.
Right? Like, that's not a good idea.
You definitely would not take a kid
they're
to see
completely
Deadpool.
different forms of being offensive. Yeah. Deadpool, no. Yeah. Lucas, don't do it.
That's why it has the R rating.
Yeah. But I think it's super cool that both what the MCU has done and what Fox has done with Deadpool is so completely different, but done so well on both spectrums of that. Like, don't you think? Like, one is the culmination of these 10 years and everything that's happened, and it's way more serious. And I think that Marvel has done this awesome job of not having to explain origins anymore. Like, it doesn't matter. You don't need to know why and relate to it as a normal person. People just have powers, and we accept that in the MCU, which is awesome. I think that's the biggest hurdle that they've achieved, and I love them for doing that, because I hated that as a fan of superheroes. It's like, you don't need to spoon-feed me why it's okay that there's... Just make it okay and get into the cool part now. But Deadpool has done the other end of it, where it's really cool, where... Now they're slapping me in the face for being that fan. And it's like, you're such an idiot for caring about those stupid things. The movie's just great because of all these absurd things, right?
I liked Deadpool 1 better than I liked Deadpool 2. Deadpool 2. And as far as sitting through Infinity War, I sat through Infinity War with this giddy schoolgirl grin. Cheeks hurting like you wanted to.
I did.
Obviously didn't, but through the whole thing, because it was hitting all the things I wanted it to do, and I was getting the moment of, this is what I wanted to see. This is what I wanted. Yes, there's a little bit too much Scarlet Witch Vision stuff. That's a big deal. But anyway, that's my only real complaint.
Wow, that's such a minor. That would not even have been on my list of complaints.
I
think that's great, though. No,
I'm just
totally.
saying that's what it was. Yes, there was a couple. Okay, the CGI part for where those weird crawler dirt things came through, that bugged me. But okay, so we're talking really minor shit again.
Yeah,
you know.
I did want to ask that. Do you think CGI was better in Infinity War or Deadpool 2?
Infinity War.
Yeah, you think so?
Oh yeah, no. Deadpool 2 still clearly had a budget.
Yes, way less than Infinity War for sure.
But in Deadpool 2, I think my cheeks hurt worse, just from the gag fest.
Yeah.
But it's
totally.
just...
It's like a National Lampoon's
exactly.
superhero movie.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And I totally appreciate it for that, but I got to give Infinity War more of a prop for what it did. I really do.
I don't want to take away from what Infinity War did, and I also don't want to talk about it on every cast. I feel like I've really stated my opinion. But...
That's right, you guessed it on other casts and made the same argument.
It's true. But... I feel like what Infinity War did is so awesome, and it culminated everything, to be fair, in what Marvel did. Like Disney did, which is why we have all the superhero movies we have today, and nothing deserves more credit than what the MCU deserves. They deserve so much credit for that. Like, right? We're in our 30s and getting to relive being 10 years old.
Yeah.
Like, how many people in their 30s get to do that, right? Where it's like... All these things I totally gave the biggest crap about as a kid are back again now, and it almost in too much, where I'm like in sensory overload for this thing I loved as a child. Like,
Shit,
not a lot of
are in
people
your
get to do
30s.
that.
I'm in my 60s and going through that.
Awesome.
Right? That's like even better. I hope when I'm in my 60s, it's like full circle again. I'm like, this is the way to go out.
Yeah,
I will go see Spider-Man 20 and just love it. Right?
Did you know you're on your way out?
Oh yeah, I'm on the downhill slide.
We talked about this today.
I knew
It's
that.
fine.
Thanks,
Okay.
thanks,
Yeah, yeah.
Jeremiah.
No, he's the one that said it. I'm just bringing it up. Thanks.
Nice. Go team, go.
Yeah.
I really don't want to come. I feel like I've come across as like the guy that hates Infinity War.
No, I never.
I
once
don't
said
hate
you-
it at all. I
know.
don't. I really don't think
I
it's
just
a
think
bad
you're being.
movie.
I think you're harshing it more than it needs to be, though.
Maybe that's true, but that's like the super nerd in me from everything that I love so passionately about what the MCU has done. They have made this massive stepping stone for every other superhero out there to now step up on and be recognized as that. Like you've already got your foot in the door because of what the MCU has done.
Yes.
And I think Deadpool 1 is such a sweet example of that. Logan is a sweet example of that movie. Like, even though that's not my favorite, that movie would have never happened had it not been for the success level that other superhero franchises elevated Wolverine to, right? Like Deadpool 2 made such a point of, it would have died at X-Men or Wolverine Origins, right? It just would have died.
You rode my coattails. And
Yeah, right? That is one of the best examples of what Marvel, the MCU has done to make everything else relevant, to where we're willing to forgive all the mistakes and just now ride on this awesome wave that they've started. I love them for it. I think Infinity War is great. It's just not my favorite.
I'm being introduced to superheroes I didn't even know existed.
Yeah, that's like this total other end of the spectrum.
And they've totally
there
existed.
was all these superheroes.
And they've totally existed since you were a kid. Not
Oh,
all of them.
yeah.
Not all of them, like Deadpool hasn't, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they were all in the comic books, and
Yeah.
there was all these superheroes, but I wasn't into comic books like that, so I don't. This is my introduction to
Well,
it.
but, and how much of that was like, was it that it was like frowned upon almost? Like when I was a kid
No,
in school,
Playboys were frowned upon. not
that was frowned
comic
upon.
books.
No, if you had a big stack of Playboys, you were like the pimp in school, right? I know that's true because when I was a kid, there was an element of that. So when you were a kid, that had to have been
Well,
like,
no,
right?
I didn't mean
there was
frowned
no
upon.
internet.
I didn't mean frowned upon by
I mean, the
peers.
adults frowned on it.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Comic books weren't frowned upon.
Oh yeah, more adults would have frowned on like a Playboy collection than a comic book collection for sure.
Yeah, no, that wasn't.
Yeah, touch not lest you be touched. Anyway.
I think
I'll drink to that.
I want to keep. I really do so bad. Just want to keep riding this wave of like superhero awesomeness. It's still every time we go to watch a movie that we're going to review, especially right now because we have Solo coming out.
Yep.
It's like, and we have Venom that's coming out. It's like it's all. And again, I'm in that boat with you, but it's like that the fact that these things even sell like in the room when they're selling these movies to these producers and whoever it is that's going to make them. The fact that all they have to do is kind of offer up another superhero is insane to me because that would have been like the biggest red flag in the world when we were kids, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, nope.
Yeah, we got this
right?
story.
So this guy gets nope, right? Like, just right away, no, we're not making it. Do you have a crazy action here with a lot of guns and explosions? How about that? Is Arnold in it? Right?
Yeah.
Right? Stallone in it? Like, that was us as a kid, as far as what was on screen. Yeah, but the block, right? RoboCop, Rambo, Terminator. Like, these were the movies that I remember as a kid that were the blockbuster big explosions. That's what we want to see, right?
Oh,
And
that was the
cutting-edge
80s.
CGI, which was garbage.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. It's insane to me that kids are going to grow up with this is their first exposure to superheroes. Is all these awesome movies that we just totally take for granted now as super adult nerds.
Do you think they're just gonna like? This is just gonna be movies. Nobody's gonna go into comic books. Like, do you think this will watching the movies will actually make people want to get the comic books?
I hope so.
I think it has. I really think it has.
Yeah, I think
And I think a lot of what you're saying though about it spilling over the movie, what's been established in the movies now is becoming part of what's in the comics.
Yeah,
now.
it's becoming more. It's before it used to be, like, there were so many scenes in this Deadpool movie that me as the kid nerd reading these comics and watching the crappy early '90s cartoon, all these things that would actually come up in this movie, that I was like, that's so cool and all these things. That now people want that instant nostalgia from comic books, and I think that they've catered the movie storyline to the comics more now, right? So it's almost for people that collect the comics and that's their source material, where they get notes of it in the movies. It's starting to ruin a little bit of those comics for them. Certain ones, not all of them. I to be fair, I think superhero, your cliche, Batmans and Supermans and Spider-Mans, these things have been kind of ruined over the years of struggling to survive anyway. So it's in a way, it's this like reinvigorating them with this new life. So which is cool because it could turn around and be a good thing. But where it sits right now, it's in this weird limbo because people aren't so on board to I think just to read. Is that being honest about it? Like people don't want to pick up something and read. They want to like watch this sensory overload version of it.
Oh, clearly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think that takes away from what the comics are. But there are some really great comic book moments that a lot of these movies pay tribute to that you can't appreciate outside of comic book form. Does that make sense? Like they are at their prime when reading them in a comic book. When you're waiting for 3 months for that part 6 of a part 6 story arc to come out, and you're like cracking out over it, right?
Okay, I didn't have to wait for it, but I gotta say the Frank Miller Batman fits that bill.
Yeah.
And the Logan story. I still think the Logan comic book completely different than the Old Man Logan comic book, completely different than the Logan movie. But in ways better. Or each in their own way have their own benefits, I guess.
I would totally say that.
Yeah.
And I think, I guess if we're going to bring it full circle back to Deadpool, a big part of Deadpool that I didn't like was when Deadpool came out in the comic books. I think I've said this on the show before, but I didn't like that I think it was high school, when I first got into high school, that a lot of people thought Deadpool was super cool, right? And they were way into Deadpool, and it was the coolest hero ever because he's so, like, snarky and breaking that fourth wall and, like, just representing alternative rock. Like, I don't know how else to say it, right? Like, it's like what he was representing, right?
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, but I've been such a fan of superheroes this whole time, and now you're going to come out with this guy that does nothing but make fun of what I was a fan of. And it was hard for me to embrace that in high school because it's like, I have such
it's
long...
It's nerds making fun of nerds. That's okay.
But it was hard to deal with because it wasn't so much that I had the issue with Deadpool. It was more that I had an issue with people that suddenly liked superheroes because they liked Deadpool, right? And it's like, but you realize the reason why you like superheroes is because he makes fun of everything that I grew up and also like him for, right? It's like, I understand the backlog here, and you know none of it.
I'm a level 5 nerd.
Totally. Yeah, no, I was way too nerdy. Yes, completely guilty of that. But that was my initial introduction to him, though, and it was a big turnoff, and I didn't care for Deadpool at all. And when we went and watched that first movie, it was the biggest turnaround for me, which is like this full circle of everything that's happening, right?
Well, I gotta admit, I was clearly the latter of not the level 5 nerd on the Deadpool movie.
Oh, and really me either, because I never really pursued it. But he was like guests in comics I collected and stuff. But it turned me... Deadpool was the first superhero movie that like turned me around on the opinion of making your kind of own thing, and it's okay that it's ridiculous that it's a superhero movie, right? Like that's okay if you embrace it as that. But to like, I don't know, some of them are terrible at it, right? Like they just... This is a superhero movie. It's going to be ridiculous, and we don't care, and it's just going to make money. And they're definitely those superhero movies.
Yeah, they cleaned up that timeline already, though.
Yeah, and I'm all over that. That's so cool. No, it's really, really good. I really do think Infinity War's good. I have to keep reiterating that because I feel like I'm like the guy that keeps crapping on Infinity War. I won't keep talking about it, I promise.
Lies. All
right?
lies.
I know. It is great. I think this is great, too.
So how do you guys rate the beer?
Yeah, right? Let's get back to the end of the show.
That's what I'm sitting here waiting for.
You already rated it.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah,
I gave it a 5.
You gave it a 5.
Love
Solid
Deadpool
5.
so much more. Man. I'm going to give it I'll give it a 7. I think it's good.
That's what I was going to do.
I think it's fine.
Yep.
Yeah, totally
Straight
fine.
7. Great, okay beer.
What if the beer would have been like 9%? Would you give it more? I know the way my dad rolls, is all I'm saying. Would you give it how high would the percentage have had to be? Exact same taste, exact same everything, just the percentage is higher for you to raise the score. Because a 5 is
I think my score would have gone up exponentially to the alcohol content.
Yeah, if it would have been like, this is like 13%, yeah. You'd been like, another unicorn, it's a 10! Yeah. All right, just checking.
There's still 3 more. We can get you there.
Yeah, right? It'll adds up, right? Yeah. We'll do some alcohol math.
I do have to work tomorrow, so I don't know.
Both of us. Yeah. Can we call it that?
Well, that's if you call what you do work.
Oh, my God, right? Wow, what a bosshole. That's why he deserves it.
Holy crap.
I had to show everybody why I'm called that.
Well, if we can keep this going for another 10 minutes, we got full 2 hours into this.
Sweet.
Nice. 2 minutes. What can we talk about for 2 minutes?
No. 10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
I'm not as shocked by the 2 to 10 transition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 10 minutes could fly by.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
Like a superhero.
Especially if I go get some more beer.
In a really good movie.
Basically what I'm saying is we've been talking a long time.
Yes, we have.
And we fully scored everything. So what's your final thoughts on the beers? You don't have much to say because you're out.
Yeah, mine's gone. So it couldn't have been too bad because I drank 2 of them. It went down very easily. Yeah. So it was good. No, it was all right. But I gave it a 5.
I think it's not for as much as they boast. Let's just say it says Hand Cannon IPA.
Hand cannon?
Yeah, cannon. Right?
Yes. And
I think that's overzealous. That's overselling it a little bit.
A mega blast of hops is the description of the hand cannon, though.
Yeah. And I will say, yes, you get that eventually. But I don't think the initial blast is hops.
Dude, as soon as you open the can, I had the can down here, I cracked it, like, wow, that's potent.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty hoppy.
Yeah, it's super hoppy.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I thought it was very malty and smooth for as hoppy as they sold it. I didn't expect that.
It smoothed out a lot at the end.
Which I think really is a credit to it. This is like my Infinity War beer all over again, right? It's going to sound like I'm just totally ragging on it.
The other thing I noticed about it, too, is that you know how IPAs usually, when they warm up, they don't really taste all that great?
Yeah.
This one didn't taste too bad.
It's because it's sweet, and you like sweet beers.
Yeah.
It's got the malt in it.
We have noticed that the sweeter ones do tend to be a little better warmer, though.
Let me see this. It's fine, because we blow on the same hose all day.
Oh, that sounds disgusting.
I hope the mic picked that up. I really do.
I'm sure it did.
That's at least so you have a toast for the end.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to do better this time. It's right there.
We got to say the words?
Yeah.
You want to start
us off? God. Words are going to come out.
Oh, my God. I have to read and speak?
To all the nerds.
To all the nerds.
Through all the fuzz. Bottoms up. Let's get Nerdbuzzed. Woo! All right. I'm going to try to figure out how to...
Oh, my God. That was a nasty part.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Somebody acknowledge it. Wait. Where is it?
What are we doing?
Outro.
Talking about beer.
Oh my God.
Talking about beer.
Right? That was
Learn about nerd.
Thank you. Thanks, Jack.
Nerdbuzzed.
Thanks, Dad.
Marcus and Jeremiah. You're on Nerdbuzzed.
You know that's gonna happen. Is it? Was that bad?
That's not good.
Yeah, it was a nasty one.
I hope the mic's caught us.
That was